you go. He wants you to go. He just lets you, set you on the road, and you go there. You can't dodge. There's a story about Jonah, who was, in the whale of the in the belly's whale, or the whale in the belly of the whale, running away from God. How can he run away from God? This story are two wild stories. Make up wild stories to tell you that you cannot run away from anybody, is if that person especially is calling on a name God. So the elders and the judges use these stories, and it really helped them, to achieve whatever they wanted to achieve. But realistically, let's look at it. We define God as all-powerful, omnipotent. He created us. We work and function every day according to His will. So the idea that I have sinned against God is irrelevant. It's never in the application. Should not even come in the application of a way of life, of religion or religious way of life. The idea of sin should not even come in the application. The idea of tolerance, I will always have to tolerate, because if I have the understanding that they all keep, but I also have to be able to defend myself from any nonsense, because at the end of the day, I also understand that I also have got the ability to defend myself. So if somebody has got the ability to think, so entirely it becomes our problem. But we also are not blaming ourselves, but we are blaming God. That is the ideal thing. You point the answer, you point the solution to the source of it, to the source of your existence. Not to yourselves. Why should I blame myself for anything? If a man can use magical things and what called celebrity, I think it's called something these days, meditational thing, and be able to tune his fellow man, and the fellow man will be doing whatever he asks him to do. How much more God? Then God can do much more. For what we even know, maybe right now, my thoughts, the thing that I'm doing, whatever I try to do, whatever I say, everything that I've been moving, places that I'm not willing to go, I end up there. Surprises I go through in life, maybe God is the one maneuvering me and taking me everywhere and doing all that. In fact, that's what I think it is. If I'm struggling to think sometimes, God, it won't happen for me to think, because I have to be doing something that I don't even get what I'm doing. Something else probably I'm in a way of doing what I'm supposed to do by the Creator who created me. Yet He tells you that He has given you the free will to do as you please, and you believe that. After the so many contradictory statements, the construed statements, can you accept that God has given you the will to do as you so please? Maybe it's true. Now, what I'm saying here, as long as this is not authentic, then we have every right to sort of reject, or somehow look at these books and honestly say that it is not. And if it is not, then we are yet to look for the words and the honest words that should come from the living God. But so far, there hasn't been any words that has come from God. That's what I think, or that's what I'm thinking of. Any straightforward deal word coming from God. Nothing of that sort. We are all creating these things from our mind. It could be God inspiring us to do and to say what we are saying. But you look at it carefully and you ask yourself too that if it is God inspiring us, and He's inspiring us in this divisive manner, where we are all coming out with different ideas, striking each other, fighting each other, you ask yourself, why is God making us fight each other? Why is God making us have different debates and arguing and hitting each other with different ideas and all kinds of strife, creating so much strife among ourselves? Why would He give us confusion messages? And He also tells you there in the Bible again that He is not an author of confusion. I mean, this is crazy. Don't you think so? You really think that this is all right, it's okay, it's a straightforward deal, that we are to accept all this presentation to be coming from a one true source, the living God, the all-wise living God? I don't think so. I mean, there may be good benefits coming out of it, and so hold on to whatever benefit you're coming on to. But don't come telling me or crying to me when things go wrong, or come and tell me that it is the true Almighty God, and yet everything you will present to me does not really merit, your claim or has no matching or cannot really be substantiated in any way, I mean, you don't need to do that, because I won't let you, and I won't have you within my cortex to go along that line from what I know now. And I hope, God help us, that you will not go it around and spread that garbage to everybody else. Because the more you spread it, as of now, I feel the heat, I feel the impact of it, that people who probably could have been good friends or good people or good brothers or good sisters to me, there had to be that difference, recognition of some differences which will distance each other distance us from each other. Yeah, so many things can stand away. I could be having somebody out there who will be very good and nice to me, but there are these things are stumbling blocks in the way, making it impossible. So we have to really think about it. Now, if you're going to spread it around, then it's going to end up giving people the mentality that will cause that kind of strife, animosity, or sort of differences that others will look down onto others and all that. And you don't need to worry yourself at all. Yeah, because if you look at carefully, if we look at what this presentation is, there isn't any solid base for us to sort of put our trust in it. It's not a straightforward deal. There's a lot of confusion in this book. These books that we sort of get the information, it does not give us the one way through answer that we sort of look for. Now you can check it out yourself. But as I said, who knows? Maybe something has controlled us. I have felt something in my life that made me realize that there is another presence in me, or there is another presence in my life, inside me. Where it is, my stomach, my head, my neck, I don't know where it is. But you feel this nature, whether it's the blood flow that is causing me to feel whatever I'm feeling, because life is blood, blood is life. So maybe that's it, because maybe that's the reason why I may be having this recent blood issues, which blood recognize clot issues, which people normally have to complain about it. Then I found myself in this same situation. I asked myself, maybe it's all because of the blood flow causing me to feel weird in the body. The body mechanism is strange. It is soft. There's so many things that could happen in there, And I am hoping that I can make a difference. I can really put the point out, but keep listening. My suggestions I'm sure it's improving all the time. And I'll get to a point where I'm going to point to you the very things that needed to be pointed to you. I'm going to give you an explanation that will be beyond what you've ever imagined to understand a person of, But don't look back. Don't sort of give up because you don't see the things that you admire in a video. But it's not about the admiration. Trust me. It's not about the color. It's not about the looks. It's not the person. It's about the words that he wants to say, the idea he wants to put out there, what he's trying to make you imagine or think about, the awareness he's putting you into. That is what this is about. That is what is interested. Am I against God? Do you think so? I'm not against God. Am I against the idea of God? I don't think so. I said I know there is a God. Now, do I love God? I don't even know if I love God or I hate God. But at the end of the day, it does not come in application here, whether you love or you hate. It is He who loves you. You can love Him, but He has to love you. He has to first demonstrate His love towards you. Then you will know Him and love Him back. What love does a man have? What love do we have? Me, what love do I have? It is tiny and mere compared to the Creator, the source that brought me into existence, the source of which I came from. It is mere, very little compared to that. His love, the love of where I came from, or the love of the Creator. So what love can I really love, or what demonstration can I